What's up, guys? I am going to be talking about Ryeley in this video. It's a really fucked up situation. It was pretty startling to hear the news. And this is an individual that was so fucking young, literally a teenager still, 19 years old, and a very charismatic guy, a guy that I saw huge potential into. You know, that's why I recognized him early on and sponsored him with Gorilla Mind. He is, he's gonna be missed. He is apparently passed away in a motorcycle accident. This was posted by Rick, his dad. My son, Ryeley, was in a tragic motorcycle accident last night. Words can't even begin to explain the pain I'm feeling right now. You were competing in 3 weeks in your biggest show yet. I know you would have cleaned up in that event. I can't believe you were gone. I can't believe I have to try and move forward with you not in my life. You touched so many lives in your almost 20 years. You had such huge dreams and goals. You are my hero. You will always be my superhero. I love you so much, Ryeley. Please visit me in my dreams. He was trying to become the world's youngest IFBB pro bodybuilder. And to be honest, I think he had the potential to do that. Like, he had a fucking insane physique. This was him way back in his first post in 2017. You could tell he had insane genetics. He was like 14 years old here or something. And since then, he had completely exploded, but also become a lot more mature of an individual, became an inspiration for a lot of teens out there. And I don't know, I guess maybe I always had a bit of a soft spot for him too, because he's from like a small town in northern BC, which is where I'm from. And like, I don't know if you just always have a bit of like an extra, like, I don't know, like home, people from where you're from, you sort of just like, when there's no one really online, no one really does online influencer fitness stuff, at least that I know from my area. I've come to meet more over the past year or so, but you know, when I first met Ryeley, I didn't, know of any really. And it was cool to see a kid who was trying to make it happen in a really, really small town up north. I don't know, to be honest, what the population is or like how obscure it is, but I just know, when I go for vacationing at like a cabin on the lake or something, like that's, that up north is where I would be going to, get away from it all and kind of like clear my mind and shit like that. And he was a really good kid. He was making it happen and had big dreams, and I think had the path paved to actually make it happen. Such a young fucking guy and so much potential. And just a really, I don't know, fast maturing guy. Like, I posted a video on him last year because obviously him trying to become an IFBB pro, you're going to expose yourself to certain things that you otherwise might not. And it's, not the safest shit, blah, blah, blah. Like, if you're going to be using gear at a young age. And I basically analyzed his cycle breakdown. He had the most mature, he talked about what he had learned from my stuff, for example, that influenced changes in that, how to not fuck himself up while he tried to do it. And he commented on the video, "Thank you so much, Derek. This honestly means more than you know to me. Being able to hear your opinion on my very roughly and misworded cycles really helps me understand my mistakes. I wasn't kidding when I said this is overwhelming to learn about, as it's a whole new life for me. I apologize for the misconceptions with my wording on everything. I was very eager to get this video out to everyone. Thanks, my man, seriously." So he was putting out harm reduction content for teens and telling people to be careful and shit when he was 17. And obviously, for him, I don't want to turn this into a conversation about what he was doing to achieve his IFBB pro card or anything like that, but he obviously had aspirations that aren't representative of the normal 17-year-old, and he was very, very walked a fine line of inspiring teens without trying to indirectly, accidentally encourage them to do the things he's doing to achieve a pro bodybuilding career, which I thought was really fair and responsible of him given the position he was put in. So, the way this happened and transpired is so fucking unfortunate, because I don't know about you guys, but I know multiple individuals who've passed away in motorcycle accidents. Locally for me, From high school, I knew a few individuals as well as acquaintances, like friends of friends I've known of that have passed away too. And it's just such a fucking dangerous, sketchy thing where it's almost, I don't know, like you can't help but feel paranoid for whoever it is that you know that rides regularly. And in the subreddit post where I actually first heard about the situation, there was a few mentions of, you know, how they've been impacted by similar situations. There was one individual that posted, "My mom died on one because a truck turned into her lane and took her out. Wasn't doing anything crazy, just riding in the slow lane. Honestly, fuck motorcycles of any kind. If you ride them, I get it. It's fun, but the risk is so damn high." Another one, "Haven't been on a street bike since 95 when I lost 2 friends in a month. One for his own stupidity and another going 35 and someone turned left right in front of him, widowing his wife and leaving his kids fatherless. This was before smartphones. It's way effing worse now." Another one, "I don't know many guys who ride motorcycles, but I've had 2 friends die on them. Everyone who tells me they've ridden and own a motorcycle had an accident to share where they've been injured." So, like, this is such a high-risk activity, and it's, like, I don't even know if I can be educational with this post in any context. Like, this is something that obviously I want to, you know, pay tribute to Ryeley first and foremost. Like, he was a really good kid. You know, we've had some back and forths over the past couple of years, and you know, I was stoked to have him on our team and whatnot. And again, like I said, I really, you know, I guess had a bit of a soft spot for him, given, you know, where he was coming from, what he was trying to achieve and whatnot, given, like, especially being in some obscure area in northern BC. But ultimately too, the motorcycle thing, I couldn't help but feel like it was worth addressing, because there's obviously in life, shit is risky. You know, you get on a plane, you get in your car, you know, the probability of something happening even when you walk out the fucking door, you know, depending on where you live. There is risks associated with living, and obviously you're not going to live in a, you know, bomb shelter your entire life and close yourself off to any sort of, you know, life stimulus of any sort and any kind of fun. But there are certain activities that I think the ROI and that dopamine hit potentially of the adrenaline you get or whatever could be met with something else. Now, again, obviously that isn't to say that, you know, if this is your primary mode of transportation and rising gas prices, like, I feel for individuals too who are, you know, maybe forced to do this to get to work or get back from work because, you know, a car is more cost prohibitive or something. I don't actually know exactly what goes into the cost breakdown analysis of something like that, but in general, like, this is such a high risk activity that I think it's worthwhile to highlight what happened here, just in case it makes people think twice. Like, I think a lot of guys do get a sense of, you know, some guys ride just because they think it's cool and, like, chicks will dig it and blah, blah, blah. And it's, you know, it's, I don't know, like, any friends that I currently have that rode, I am glad that they stopped, because it was something that was a constant worry. You know, like, it's something that pretty much everyone has heard of somebody who's passed away in a motorcycle accident or had something fucked up happen. And this one hits close to home and really fucking sucked to see. So rest in peace, Ryeley. And it's a fucking shame, dude. It's a shame. That's it for today's video. If you guys have any, I don't know, commentary on, you know, motorcycles, you know, statistics or anything, like, I don't fucking know. Like, maybe it could be informational for some individuals to make better decisions in the future. I don't know. Like, the takeaway from this is, to me, I felt like it might be impactful to just say be careful, because this is a high risk activity and I don't want to, you know, shit like this fucking sucks and shouldn't have happened. So anyways, you know, you can't control what other people do on the road. You know, you can only control what you do. And even if it isn't user error on your part, like, you can't account for somebody else being sleep deprived or somebody else, you know, fucking up at the wheel. So you have to put yourself in as safe of a position as possible, ideally, for when somebody else fucks up too. It's not just about if you're putting yourself in a dangerous position or not. If you're literally defenseless sitting on a bike when a car, like, veers into your lane or something, like, potentially an avoidable scenario, but just not getting on a bike to begin with. Anyways, so that's it. Talk to you guys soon.